Yes, good people, welcome back to the Guitar Manifesto channel, and today we are checking out this K Les Paul guitar that I recently purchased. I recently bought a bass guitar off eBay, won it on an auction, collection only. It was about an hour's drive away. When I arrived there, they said they had another guitar for sale and proceeded to show me this minty fresh K Les Paul guitar. Yeah, I had a little look around it. She is minty fresh. She has got no chips or dings. Got a bit of, a bit of age and patina, but nothing that, caused me any concern. So we started to talk about money, and he was asking 150 quid for it. I said, well, I don't think they're worth that much. I've seen these pop up pretty cheap on Facebook in the past and eBay and stuff. So yeah, I managed to haggle him down to 70 quid because that was literally all I had on my wallet, because the other guitar I paid through eBay, and yeah, I walked away with this pretty sweet Les Paul in a piano black gloss finish. Now, these K Les Pauls are from the sort of 70s, 80s era. There was a bit of a lawsuit thing going on with Gibson and Fender guitars, and other brands were kind of ripping them off. A lot of them are Japanese made, but I believe this one is a Korean made model. There's not a lot in terms of serial numbers. Now, there is a sticker on the back of the headstock there. I don't know how well that'll pick up on camera, but it says WO21282. So possibly 21st of February 1982. I don't know. So there's no real surefire way of seeing how old these are, because there is no physical stamped dates on them. So we'll go with late 70s, early 80s. But yeah, she is a pretty looking guitar. It is a hefty guitar. I will weigh it in a little while. I believe these are plywood body with a mahogany bolt-on neck and a rosewood fingerboard. Tuners, yeah, they don't look the best, do they? But yeah, we'll see how they hold up. But I do like the headstock. You got the pearloid big block inlays as binding around the edge of the neck, and like I say, bolt on neck. So if you do break your headstock on one of these, it's pretty easy to fix. I have had this cover off when I first bought it. It has got like the little tiny pots in there, but in general she is in pretty good condition. Right, so the plans for today on this guitar is to take the strings off because they are old and crusty. There's also a string missing. The neck relief seems pretty decent. I haven't got a slotted straight edge for a 24.75 inch scale, but yeah, I just took a quick measurement and the neck relief is fine, so I don't really want to mess around with that. Yeah, we'll put some new strings on, adjust the string height, check the intonation, and then we'll plug it in. Electrics on it seem okay, so it's going to be a bit of an easy job today, hopefully. And we'll give a bit of a clean up, get that shine back on that nice gloss finish. Then afterwards we'll plug her in and give her a little bit of a test run. So let's get her on the workbench and get them nasty old strings off. Okay, cup of tea time. It is starting to get cold now. Autumn is on the way, summer is over. It's very windy outside and I'm in the workshop, so hopefully there ain't too much noise coming through on the camera. So I just stabbed myself with an old string and we got a bit of blood. Probably need a tetanus jab for that. But yeah, to remove your strings, make sure you take the tension off them before you start cutting them or whatever. Tuners definitely don't feel the best. I did post a picture on this last week on Instagram, and one of the subscribers said get them tuners changed, but yeah, we'll see how they are. If they're no good, we may change them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this guitar in the long term. I may get it up and running and move it on, but yeah, I'm bleeding good. But there is a part of me that does like guitars being kept as nature intended. They may not look the prettiest tuners, but if they do the job, why change them? I need to stop myself bleeding because it's dripping everywhere. Let's get that off. Right, I'm just going to stem the flow. Alright, so we're stopped bleeding momentarily. Let's just trying to see if there's any markings on the towel piece there. Just got HS. Oh, it's got HS written on the back of it. No other markings. A couple of saddles have fallen out. It's actually got brass saddles on it. No idea which one went where. No idea which one of them went where, but yeah. Okie dokie. Oh, we'll come back to that in a little while. But yeah, that ain't been taken off for some time. Right, so I think what we're going to do now is clean up this fingerboard, stick a bit of lemon oil on there. So now the frets actually do look pretty good. A little bit of wear around your normal cords, but yeah, not too bad. Nice bit of rosewood. So we're going to get some lemon oil on that, clean it up, clean the frets up a little bit, give that definitely a good clean up. And yeah, let's make a start on that. I'm just going to use a fine sanding sponge just to get rid of the top layer of grime off them frets. Good enough. Okay, let's get the lemon oil on. These really are some big block inlays, which I like. But yeah, considering this guitar is probably about the same age as me, it's not in bad condition. And I was born in '79. So these do get mixed reviews on the internet. These K Les Pauls, people slate them because they got a plywood body. Don't bother me at all. I've had a little play around with this, and it did sound okay, but you know, there was a string missing and what have you. Oh. And one of my cats is calling me to come in the workshop. Right, so we'll let that do its magic for a little while. Possibly going to need a couple of coats of that. And I'm going to go and save a kitty. Bit of Gibson guitar polish. Give her a bit of a spritz. I do like the binding around the body, and especially the way it's aged. It's gone all yellow. I like it a lot. It looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, considering the age, the paintwork is in remarkably good shape. Oh yeah, she's shining up good. Right, so that's the top side all cleaned up. Let's give that another quick coat on the fingerboard. Okay, that's all good. It's even still got the plastic film around the covers on the back there. Just try to be careful around this sticker. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I will take this cover off in a little while as well to show you what's under there. Now you could upgrade one of these. Like I say, some things are probably worth just keeping as is. You know, how much money do you want to chuck at a guitar that, to be fair, isn't really worth a lot, and at the minute they're not overly collectible, because you do see these come up very often. They were mass produced. I guess if you're keeping it for many years and you're going to use it a lot, then yeah, obviously it's worth upgrading. But you know, for someone like me who flips guitars a lot, what you doing, Nacho? You want to go out again? Yeah, for me, who flips guitars on, you know, I need to make content. I can't keep every guitar, so it's probably not worth me upgrading this, to be fair. One last go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Alright, so she's all cleaned up. And being glossy black, it's going to show all the finger marks. So yeah, there is some surface marks on it, but nothing major. Yep, that definitely looks a lot better than it did before. So I'm just going to quickly clean up the stop tail piece and the bridge and get these saddles back in, and then we can put some strings on. Alright, so we've got the tail piece, the bridge back on. I've gone with how it was when I found it, with the screws facing that way. A lot of people say they like them that way, but there's no right or wrong way. Do it whatever way you like. This is the way I prefer. So anybody who says otherwise, yep, I don't care. Some people are just very anal. Okay, so we're going with some regular Slinky 10 to 46 strings, and get them all laid out in front of me. Yeah, 10 to 46 is kind of what I like on a Les Paul scale guitar, 24.75 inch scale. So let's get that facing that way. So the way I do these strings is get it in the tuner facing that way. I like that much slack, wrap it around and then under, and then kink it over and tighten the string up. This is the way I do it. This is the way you should possibly do it, but you know, we're all have our own different ways of doing things. Some people will tell you otherwise. That's the first one on, so I'm going to repeat that for the next 5 and I'll be back. Okay, so we've got the strings on and I did just tune it up. The action is mega high, so we need to sort that out, but before we proceed I just want to take both these covers off and have a little look underneath. Like I said, I've already had this one off, I haven't looked under there, but the electrics all seemed okay when I plugged it in earlier and when I first got it, so we should be okay there, but you know, curiosity. So under door number 1, little look in there. So we've got the tiny little pots and the little caps in there, and you can also see the plywood body. It actually looks like it's chambered in there as well. You can see right inside there. It looks like the top is just sitting over a cavity in there. But yeah, you can see the layers of plywood. It's like 2 bits of, what, 15mm plywood stuck together. Yes, heavy duty stuff. Alright, so let's have a little look under window number 2. Okay, and that's the freeway switch. Yeah, you can see a cavity running that away. Yeah, pretty cool. All seems good under there. Again, you could upgrade these pots and caps, but you know, how far do you want to go with it? Okay, so I'm going to get this back on and then we'll start setting the action. Right, so let's quickly check the neck relief. So capo on the 1st fret, and then where the 1st fret kind of meets the body, and then on the 8th fret we are at 0.02 millimeters. So yep, I'm happy with that. Next job is the string height. So at the 12th fret we are at 2 millimeters, and on the high E we are at 2.75 millimeters. So we've got to do a bit of adjusting. I want 1.5 millimeters on the bass strings, 1.25 on the treble strings. So to adjust that on the bridge, you've got a little flathead slot and turn it until it goes down to the desired measurement. So we need to come down a fair bit. Okay. So you only need to measure the high E and the low E because the bridge is compensated for the radius of the neck. So we should be all good. And then in between each adjustment, make sure you tune your guitar up. And also make sure you stretch your strings out until the guitar holds tune, because you can start with an E, stretch it, and it can drop down to say like a C sharp. So you need to keep stretching it, tuning it until it holds tune. Wow, that pickup is high because it's actually touching the top of the screw on the pickup there, the E string. So just need to drop that pickup down a little bit. We can fine tune this after, but just make sure for now. I'm not touching the strings. Right, and check our measurements again. Just needs to go down just a hair. Right. And tune it again. Yep, sounds good to me. Right, so next up we're on to intonation. So you want to strum an open string, so in this case the low E, and then on the 12th fret check the octave and make sure they're in tune together. So that's just a little bit off, and to adjust that, the little screw on the back of the bridge, turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise so it's like sharp or flat, and then keep adjusting it until your open string is in tune with your octave on the 12th fret. Repeat that for all 6 strings, and yeah, I think we're pretty much done, and then we'll sort out them pickup heights. So I'm just going to finish that off, and then we'll get back to the pickup heights. And at that point I will also cut the strings as well. Make sure you don't trim these strings before you start measuring the guitar, because the strings could lose a bit of the tension and you'll have a bad day. So yeah, cut the strings last. Okay, so we've got it plugged into the Vox Valvetronic VT20X on the clean channel. Bit of a dusty switch. So just looking at the pickup heights, and I don't hear a major difference in volume. The bridge pickup is pretty high, just enough so it ain't pulling the strings to the pickup, so happy with that. And that's how I normally set the pickup height, is I'll start with a bridge pickup, like I say, put it as high as I can before they start magnetizing the strings, so that's all good. And then we adjust the neck pickup to make sure that when you flick between the neck and the bridge that the volumes are level, kind of balanced out. But that seems okay to me. One thing I have noticed though is the D string, the saddle, is sitting a little bit high for some reason. Let's check the height of that. Yeah, so that's something I need to investigate, because the D string is sitting at 1.75 mil where the other two are at 1.5, but we'll come back to that. I think that sounds pretty good, you know? Let's turn it up a little bit. A bit more volume. Just make sure we're in tune. overdrive. Right, let's try for a bit of distortion now. Pots are a little bit scratchy, there's just a bit of dust in them, probably ain't been used for years, so you just give them a little wiggle and they should clear themselves. There you go, she's all up and running. Pickups sound okay, but we're only going through the Vox Valtronic workshop amp. But yeah, the neck pickup sounds a bit muddy, a bit dull, as does both together. But the bridge on its own sounds quite chimey. But I will probably do another video plugged into my Marshall tube amp through my pedals, you know, just give you a real idea of what this sounds like. But yeah, we brought it back to life. £70 for a A vintage guitar, late 70s, early 80s, possibly an 82, plywood body, black gloss Les Paul. It's got some minty fresh strings on, set up nicely. Them tuners, yeah, they're okay. They're very notchy, but I think that's a cool looking guitar, to be fair. But you know, yeah, it's definitely a solid lump of wood. But yeah, let me know what you think to it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, The Guitar Manifesto, and I'll catch you all soon. So thanks for watching. Peace out.